Okay, guys. So we've talked a lot about Amir Khan, him moving up two weight divisions, etc., etc. Everybody has been constantly talking about what Amir Khan needs to do to beat Canelo, etc., etc. However, nobody seems to have covered what Saul Canelo Alvarez needs to do versus Amir Khan. Now, the reason being is because Canelo Alvarez, whichever way you swing it, like there are a lot of people who are saying Amir Khan can win this fight and he was gonna do this and he's gonna do that. Canelo is still the favourite. Most people do think that Canelo Alvarez will knock Amir Khan spark out. But there's new intangibles which are coming into play now, and everybody's starting to see that Amir Khan is not dwarfed by Canelo. Now, it's not just in terms of height. Now, I do think Amir Khan is wearing shoes which are making him a little bit taller. So I think that, and that's playing a little bit of a role into the height. I think Canelo Alvarez is about the same height as Amir, because I've seen different pictures of Amir stood next to Mayweather, and I've seen pictures of Canelo Alvarez next to Mayweather, and I do think that Amir Khan come on the weigh-in and on the fight night, I think Canelo Alvarez and Amir Khan in terms of height are going to be pretty much the same, with maybe Amir Khan very, very slightly taller than Canelo. Now, the thing is, the weight is a really big issue here, because we haven't really seen in boxing for frequent. We haven't seen it very recently where a fighter has moved up two weight classes, because he is moving up two weight classes to fight a fighter a lot bigger. Now, Amir Khan carries speed in the 140 and 147 pound weight class. He will have unbelievable speed in the 155, 160 weight class, Canelo weight, right, and Triple G weight. However, what does Saul Canelo Alvarez need to do to combat this speed? Now, if Oscar De La Hoya made a very, very important comment which made me think, Canelo Alvarez cannot come in too heavy in this fight, because if he comes in too heavy, he will struggle with what, like David Hay was saying, he will struggle with foot speed. Amir Khan's hand speed is comparable to Canelo. I don't think their hand speed carries that much difference. Canelo's number one weakness in boxing is not his hand speed. It is not his defense. It is not his chin, and it is definitely not his power. His number one downfall in boxing is his foot speed. Canelo Alvarez has shown in the past, against Erislan De Lara in particular, that his foot speed causes him significant problems. He has tried his best against Miguel Cotto to speed it up a little bit, and we did see in the Cotto fight that Cotto's foot speed and footwork did not trouble Canelo as much. However, Amir Khan's foot speed and footwork is well beyond that of Miguel Cotto's. Now, Miguel Cotto's feet have more education within them. His feet are more educated. His feet are more... He knows where to put them, how to stay on balance. He's been doing it longer. He's bouncy on his toes. He is smart with his footwork. But Amir Khan is young, and he's fresh, and he's dynamic. He's a very dynamic, fast fighter. He can move in and out. He's a very, very athletic individual. He's an Olympian. He comes from a very strong amateur background, a very good boxer, very fast on his feet. He concentrates on a lot of foot movement, foot speed. Amir Khan's main advantage is Canelo Alvarez's number one disadvantage. Now, if you cannot close range in boxing and you cannot control range in boxing, you cannot win a boxing match. It is impossible to win a boxing match if you cannot close range and hit your opponent. In order for Canelo Alvarez to hurt Amir Khan, he is going to have to step into his punch and land a punch which has some power in it, which has significant leverage in it, where he can load up on his shot. I am starting to believe that Amir Khan can win this fight now. And as time goes on and I see Amir Khan in camp, I'm going to see training videos of Canelo. And as we get closer, I will have a far better gauge upon who wins this fight. At this moment in time, I'm leaving my judgment reserved. But what does Canelo need to do? Should Canelo come in very heavy, or should he come in very light? In my opinion, I think Canelo Alvarez is going to really struggle with foot speed anyway. And his main thing, what he needs to do, is walk Amir Khan down. And if Canelo Alvarez comes in light, this might sound stupid, but Amir Khan's punches are going to bother Canelo. If Canelo Alvarez weight drains himself a little bit, tries to get himself too cut up, and Amir Khan is coming in big as hell, right? Weighing in at 160 pounds, 162 pounds. That is big as hell for Amir Khan. But he adds all the weight in the right places, such as his core, a bit on his legs, develops power, his glutes, right? But he leaves it off the upper half of his body, right? Amir Khan is gonna carry some good punching power with his hooks. Because Amir Khan can crack a bit. I mean, to be dropping fighters with body shots from Marcus Maidana to Luis Colazo at 147, Amir Khan does have some pop, more than people think. He doesn't have pop in his straight punches. His pop comes when he throws his razzle-dazzle punches, and then he throws it in a very hard body shot to mix it up. So Canelo Alvarez, what does he need to do in terms of his training? Canelo, in my opinion, I think he should just go all out and stack up and bring in his size. Because no matter how fast you are, right, if you've got an opponent in front of you who's weighing 178 pounds or something stupid like that, I don't know how much weight can Canelo possibly, 50, 60, 70, that's not unrealistic. I mean, Canelo Alvarez can weigh all the way up to 175, 178. He can go up to that sort of weight. And I think that's what he should do. I disagree with Oscar De La Hoya that Canelo should come in light. I think if Canelo Alvarez comes in light, what's his advantage going to be then? What does he have that's a significant advantage over Amir Khan? He doesn't have any significant advantage over Amir Khan at that point. Then it'll be a boxing match, and Amir Khan will box Canelo's head off. That's what I truly think. I think if Canelo comes in light, Canelo is a better boxer than Amir, but he doesn't have... if Canelo Alvarez was as fast as Amir Khan, which he's not, Canelo Alvarez would outbox Amir Khan. He's got the much better boxing brain, but he doesn't have the speed of Amir. Amir's speed is what allows him to become such a good boxer, and what allows him to outbox people and makes him one of the best boxers on the planet. His chin is his vulnerability, but his boxing, you can't question it. He's a very good points winning fighter, is Amir Khan. Throw him back in the Olympics and you will see how good of a boxer Amir Khan is. But I think Canelo Alvarez is a better boxer, but I just don't think he's got the speed to outpoint Amir Khan or the work rate. Now, I think Canelo Alvarez should come heavy. I think he should do his weights, and I think he should stack on some size, and I think he should develop his power, because I truly think that Canelo Alvarez can walk Amir Khan down, and I think that's what his game plan has to be. Because how much can Amir Khan move around that ring? All Canelo has to do is come in stocky, build that neck, come in strong, come in, being able to take a punch, hydrate up properly, do what he needs to do to come in where he can take punishment, right? And make it a wall, walk through Amir Khan's punches. That's what he's going to have to do, because he's going to have to take some punishment. He can use his head movement, which he has, but he is going to have to take some punishment in this fight from Amir Khan, because Amir Khan is going to bag rounds. He's going to land punches, and what Canelo Alvarez has to do is just take it and move forward, and walk Amir Khan down. Show Amir Khan no respect. Give Amir Khan a sense of mental exhaustion. Make him feel fatigued, that, whoa, I'm hitting this guy with my best shots and nothing's happening. When Canelo Alvarez walks forward, Amir Khan won't be able to load up on shots, and eventually Amir Khan will stand. And when he stands there, Canelo Alvarez needs to load up on his shots and bang, 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 and let them off. If he doesn't have that, where he can walk Amir Khan down, and he's wary of Amir Khan's punches, as soon as that happens, if we see that in the fight, where Amir Khan's punches, they don't have to hurt Canelo, but they just have to bother him. If it catches Canelo's attention, Amir Khan has enough pop. Now, Mayweather had enough pop, but Canelo weighed in at 152 when he was younger. Canelo's older now, and he weighs more. He's coming fully hydrated, a lot stronger. So it's really difficult to get a gauge. But I mean, Amir Khan's punching power, with Amir Khan being allowed to weigh 155 in comparison to Mayweather, who barely weighed 152. Mayweather doesn't do as much weights as Amir. Amir Khan is going to have a lot more pop than Mayweather had at 152 catch weight. I'm pretty confident in that. But I mean, is it going to be enough to keep Canelo at bay? I don't know. Because I don't think he's going to develop punching power in his jab. I think his power is going to come in his hook shots. Because that's what uses your core. And if Amir Khan's building this big ass core, which he needs to withstand punishment from Canelo, he's going to develop hook shots. But I mean, coming back to Canelo Alvarez, if he comes in light, he's going to really struggle with being able to absorb punches, because he's not going to be as firm, he's not going to be as hydrated, he's not going to be as solid, and he's not going to be able to walk Amir Khan down. And that's where I think the disaster is going to come from Canelo. Whereas if he takes the approach of Jake LaMotta versus Sugar Ray Robinson, comes in heavy and just tries to walk Amir Khan down, I think that he can offset the boxing that Amir Khan can bring. And I think that's what he needs to do. I think he needs to rush Amir Khan. He needs to come in very aggressive, look at Marcus Alcino Maidana and not be patient, and just come in and rush Amir Khan, totally rush him and just destroy him inside of 3 rounds. That's what Canelo's game plan should be, in my opinion. I don't think he should try too much feeling out. I think maybe feel Amir Khan out for the first round, see if he can outbox Amir. If he can start to outbox Amir, then continue. If he cannot, if he struggles in round 1 and 2, switch to game plan B and walk Amir Khan straight down and go for 3 rounds, knock him out. That's what Canelo Alvarez needs to do. And in order for him to do that, he needs to come in strong. He needs to squat. He needs to do core building exercises. He needs to build his traps. He needs to be building himself like he's building himself for a war. And you know, Canelo needs to get this thing out of his head that he's fighting Amir Khan, who's coming up from 147 pounds. No, he is not going to beat a 147 pound fighter. Amir Khan is going to build his frame and muscle. Like anybody can do that. Anybody can do that with a good diet and good strength and conditioning program. Anyone can build their muscles, right? Amir Khan is going to build his muscles in the right places, and he is going to weigh 160 pounds plus. That is what Amir Khan is going to come in at, and that's what Canelo Alvarez needs to prepare for. He is not preparing for a 147 pound welterweight fighter. He is preparing for a much bigger guy. And you can talk about Amir Khan's chin, etc. That's what Canelo Alvarez's game plan should be. Knock that chin off. Totally knock Amir Khan out, and he's got to stack up. He's got to have power. He's gonna have to have speed. He needs to concentrate on his footwork at the same time. He's got to be fast on his feet, nimble on his feet as much as he can. Because even if he is weighing a lot, and yeah, he might be having missed shots, but I mean, if he's walking Amir Khan down and Amir Khan stands still, that's when Canelo Alvarez's power will come into question. But if he hasn't got the power to back it and he's coming in too light, then there is no advantage for Canelo. Canelo doesn't stand any chance because he won't even have the significant power advantage that everybody's talking about. Leave your comment section below, subscribe as always. Let me know what you think about Canelo Alvarez and what he needs to do to win this fight in a bit.